Welcome to Mathema by RC YouTube channel. This is our 12th class of chapter integers of class 7. In this previous class, we discussed the different properties of integers, the set builder form, different forms of integers. If you could not see this class, go to our playlist of this YouTube channel and see the previous class. And also subscribe our YouTube channel and stay with us. In this class, we discuss the product of three or more negative numbers. In this previous class, we see the product of two negative numbers and the relationship between the addition and the production. That means addition and the multiplication. Okay. And in this class, here we get that a into minus b equal to minus b into minus a into b equal to minus of a into b, and also we get minus a into minus b equal to a into b. That means here minus into minus, that means plus, and plus into plus, that means plus. Okay, so here we get the product of three and more negative numbers. In this previous class we discussed the two negative numbers, but in this portion we observe the product of two negative numbers is a positive numbers. In this previous class, what will be the product of three negative numbers, four negative numbers? We observe that. Okay, minus 4 into minus 3, that means 12. Minus 4 into minus 3 into minus 2, when we get, that means minus 4 into minus 3, that means plus 12. Here we get plus 12, and into minus 2, that means 12 into 2, that means 24. And here we get the negative term because plus minus minus. Okay. Similarly, minus 4 into minus 3 into minus 2 into minus 1. Okay. So minus 4, here we get minus 4. Okay. Minus 4 into minus 3, that means plus 12. And also we get, okay, here we get this term into minus 24 into minus 24 into minus 1, that means plus 24. So when we multiply three negative numbers simultaneously, we get negative of this part. When we multiply four negative numbers simultaneously, we get positive part. Obviously, in this part, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. That means here the negative numbers are 5 times. Okay. So minus 5 into we previously multiply minus 4 into minus 3 minus 2 into minus 1, that means we get plus 24, and here we get minus 5 additional part. So minus 5 into 24, that means minus. So when we multiply two negative numbers, we get plus. When we multiply three negative numbers, we get minus. When we multiply four negative numbers, we get plus, and when we multiply five negative numbers, we get minus. Here we assumption, here we conclusion that when we multiply even number of numbers, we get plus, and when we multiply odd number of numbers, we get negative minus. Okay, so here the special cases is the portion, and also Euler in this book, Anqueting Jour Algebra 1770, was one of the first mathematician to attempt to prove minus 1 into minus 1, that means plus 1, the proof of this part. The special case considered the following statements and the resultant product, that means minus 1 into minus 1, that means plus 1, minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 3 times, here is the 2 times, there is 3 times, we get minus 1. Okay. Minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1, we get 4 times, that means plus 1, 4 times plus 1, and minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, we get minus 1, that means 5 times. So therefore that means that if we integer minus 1 is multiplied by even number, that means 2, 4, we get the product is plus 1, and if the minus 1 is multiplied odd number of times, the product is minus 1. We can check this by pair of this minus 1 in the statement and useful the working of this part. Okay. So when we multiply even times of negative number, we get positive number, one a positive sign of number, and when we get odd type, when we multiply odd times of this negative numbers, we get negative type of this number. Suppose here think, discuss and write. Okay, the product minus 9 minus 5 minus 3 minus 4 minus 6 minus 3 is a positive, whereas the product minus 9 minus 5 6 into 3 are negative. Why? Here the negative terms is 4 times. Okay, here the negative terms are 4 times. So when we multiply, this is an even number, this is an even number. So when we multiply this, we get the positive numbers. But here the negative numbers are 3 times. Negative number are 3 times, and when we this is called odd. And when we multiply this, we get the negative numbers. Okay. Similarly, what will be the sign of the product if the multiply together? That means 8 negative numbers, okay, and 3 positive numbers. When we multiply positive numbers simultaneously, there is always positive because there is no negative. So when we multiply 8 negative numbers, since 8 is even, we get positive numbers, and positive and 3 positive numbers, we get positive numbers. The result is positive. Okay, result is positive. 5 negative numbers, that means that odd numbers, so we get negative numbers. 4 positive numbers get positive numbers, so positive negative we get negative. Okay, the result is negative. Okay, so you can understand this portion, that when we multiply even times of negative number, we get positive number, and odd types of negative number, we get negative numbers. Okay, now the properties of multiplication of integer. In this previous 2-3 classes, we discussed the properties of addition and subtraction of integer. Here we discuss the properties of multiplication of integers. Here the closure property under multiplication. Suppose 2 or 3 numbers, suppose 2 numbers, 2 integers, when we multiply, these numbers are always integers or not. Okay, when we multiply minus 20 into minus 5, we get 100, and this product is integer. Minus 15 into 17, minus 15 into 17, we get negative numbers, and this product is integer. Also minus 30 into 12, that means when we multiply this, here is the negative sign, because it is negative, it is positive, and we get 12 in multiply by 3, 12 into 1, 12, 12 into 2, 24, 12 into 3, 36, 36 and 0, and this product is also an integer. Minus 15 into minus 23, we get the positive term, both are negative, then we multiply 23 into 15. 15 here we 2 digit number, so we multiply separately. 5 into 3, this is called 5 into 3, this is called 15, that means 1 in hand. 5 into 2, that means 10 plus 1, 11, here we cross 1 into 23. Okay, so we get 5, 4, 3, and we get 3, 4, 5, and the result is the product is an integer. Okay, now minus 14 into 13, also we get minus 14 into 13, that means plus sign, and we get 14 into 13, that means 3 4s are 12, 12 2, 1 in hand, 4 3 that means 4 into 1 4, that means 2 8 1. Okay, so 1 8 2, and the product is an integer. Okay, my 12 into minus 30, here we also multiply this in this portion, so this is also negative because positive and negative, and 360, and this is an product is an integer. So what we will observe, the negative into negative numbers in negative numbers get positive number, this is an integer. Negative numbers into positive numbers get negative number, their product is an integer. Negative number, positive number get negative number, product is an integer. Negative number we get positive number, the product is an integer. Negative number into negative number get positive number, product is an integer. Positive number into negative number get negative number, and product is an integer. What do you observe? We observe this. Can you find a pair of integers whose product is not an integer? No. All the integers, when you multiply, there is there we get all the result is an integer. This gives an idea that the product of two integers is again an integer, and this is called the integer is closed under the multiplication. That means when we multiply any two integers, we get integers. So the multiplication is closed under, that means in this integers also. So a into b in general form, a into b in general is an integer for all integers a and b. Okay, in this next part we get commutativity of multiplication. Here we get the closure property and the commutativity of multiplication. We know the multiplication is commutative for whole numbers. Okay, multiplication is commutative for whole numbers, because the multiplication, when we multiply a into b, any two whole numbers, that means starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, we discussed in this previous class, the whole numbers, natural numbers and others. Okay, so the a into b equal to b into a, there is no problem at this portion. But in this subtraction, this is called multiplication, but in this subtraction the commutative property is not hold. In this previous class we discussed here, see that. Okay, see that this portion here we get, yes, this is called associative property, and this is called commutative property. Okay, commutative property. But the commutative property, subtraction is not commutative in an integer, but addition is commutative in this integer. Now we discuss the multiplication of this property. Okay, so in this portion we see that there is a table so that the commutative is an integer, multiplication is also commutative for integer. Okay, 3 into minus 4, that means minus 12, minus 4 into 3 also minus 12, and the reference is inference is minus 3 into minus 4 equal to minus 4 into 3. Okay, minus 30 into 12, that means minus 360, also 12 into minus 30 also minus 360. So minus 30 into 12 equal to 12 into minus 30. Okay, minus 15 into minus 10, it is called plus 15 plus 150, and also minus 10 into minus 15, this is called also plus 15. So here we get minus 15 into minus 10 equal to minus 10 into minus 15. Okay, so in similar basis we can also minus 17. Okay, minus 17 into 0, this is called 0, and also 0 into minus 17, we also get 0, and this is equal. Okay, so here we get minus 1 into minus 15, this is called plus 15. Okay, also minus 15 into minus 1, and this is called minus 15 into minus 1, this is called also plus 15. So minus 1, minus 1 into minus 15 equal to minus 15 into minus 1. So in general we can say that a into b equal to b into a for all integers ab. Okay, so the multiplication of integers is commutative. Okay, in this next class we also discuss the associative property and distributive property of multiplication of this integer. Okay, stay with us, join our Telegram group. In this description box you get the link of this Telegram group, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you like this class, please like and comment here and share with your friends, so that they can improve their maths also. Thank you. In this next class, see you again. Thank you.